Hey everybody, this is Braden Chase for English Hackers. I just took a trip. I am in Nashville right now for a marketing conference here to kind of help and see if I can get my English message out to the world a little bit better. So I'm going to be giving some shorter messages today and for the rest of this week. But I did want to make a comment about accents. This conference that I'm going to, called Funnel Hacking Live, is very cool. And as a language person, probably one of the funnest parts is that everybody there is from a different part of the world. So we have a lot of English speakers, a lot of people from England, from Australia, from New Zealand, from the United States, from Canada. But there's people from France and from Brazil and from China and Bangladesh and India and just a bunch of other places. And everybody's speaking English. The whole conference is in English, but there's all of these different accents. And I've loved it. It's been very fun to listen to people. I like this kind of stuff, right? To listen to the accents. And it was nice to hear everybody talking and talking to each other and everybody being kind and understanding of one another. It was very, very fun for me. And I have been kind of pondering this question, right? What accent should I be teaching my students? And for me, the answer is my accent, right? I teach my accent, which is an American accent. It's kind of a neutral accent. So it's an easy one that works for billions of people all over the world. It's a great accent to learn. But it's not in any way the right accent. And that's what I wanted to kind of point out today. So at this event where I am, there's a lot of very successful people, and they work on the internet, and they do videos and Facebook Lives like this one, and they do a bunch of different work and webinars and stuff like that. And they're always talking, and they're talking in English. And their English is not native. And that's the point that I wanted to talk about. They are not native speakers, but they are still successful. And that's kind of the key of what I wanted to talk, right? So if you are worried, which accent do I learn? Do I want to have a British accent, or do I want to have an American accent or an Australian accent? And the answer is it doesn't really matter. What matters is that it's the accent that you want, or the one that you like. All of them are good, all of them are okay, and all of them are useful, depending on what you want and what you need. So if you plan on moving to the United States, and you want to live in the United States, you should probably learn the accent of Americans, right? But if you're planning on going to Australia, you should probably learn the Australian accent. Makes sense. And that's the idea. None of them is right? They're all good. They're all right. I guess you could think about it that way. They're all the right accent, depending on you and what you need. So which accent should you learn? The one that best fits your needs and your life. I remember thinking about this a lot, right? So I speak Portuguese. I lived in Brazil for a long time. My wife is Brazilian. My children are Brazilian. So I speak Portuguese all the time. My Portuguese is terrible, but I speak Portuguese. And this idea was something, and I'm like, okay, so which accent should I learn? And I lived in a particular area of Brazil where the capital city is, right? It's a city called Brasília. And in that capital city, they have a particular accent, right? Brazil's a very large country. And in that city, they have a very neutral accent. And I'm like, I like that. I like neutral. Everybody understands neutral. I'm like, okay, I can be the neutral accent. But then there are people from other parts of Brazil who go, why don't you speak like me, right? Why aren't you speaking my Brazilian the way that I speak? And it doesn't really matter, right? Because they can understand me. And in the end, that's always the key and always the important part. Do they understand you? Do you understand them? And with your English, with the quality of English, with your accent, with your explanations, with your pronunciation, it's best to learn one accent. So that's kind of my tip for the day. Don't try and learn British English and American English and Australian English. Learn one of them. Pick whichever one. Doesn't matter which one, but pick one of them. Focus on that one. Get really, 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 really good at that one, and then start branching out to the other ones. Okay? Don't try and wander around between the accents, because then it can get very confusing. Anyway, thank you guys very much. Have a wonderful night, and I will talk to you another day.